Hello and welcome to Tahoe's Great Information Feed. I'm your friend in Tahoe, Brad Lewis, and so happy to have you back. Thanks so much for joining us today. Man, we just have some pretty cool stuff around the lake. We're going to dive right in. Firstly, starting with weather. Man, just kind of all over with the temperatures this coming week. So again, no precipitation forecasted for the near future, maybe the next 10 or 12 days. There's no white stuff will be falling from the sky on us just yet. Although we can report that two resorts, both Squaw Valley and Mount Rose, are on a regular basis now making artificial snow, we'll call it. Although I guess technically, if you think about it, it is frozen water, which, what's fake about it? I mean, it's kind of like the real deal, right? Anyhow, they're packing their bases with the alternative snow as we speak, and man, the weather is just going to be a little funky. Obviously, if you're here with us today or you're around the vicinity of the Sierra Nevadas, it's absolutely beautiful. Very low wind, clear skies, nice temps. Tomorrow, however, things are going to shift pretty drastically, and through Sunday, we're forecasting some frigid temps as a result of a huge cold front that's actually coming down from the Colorado Rockies. It's going to impact, believe it or not, the majority of the United States, and we here in the Lake Tahoe Basin, both the California and Nevada side, are going to be hit with some pretty cold temperatures. So prepare yourselves for that. And then again, toward the end of next week, we're looking to rebound back upwards into the mid and high 50s, perhaps again touching into the 60s. So I hope that helps you plan accordingly for your near future around Lake Tahoe with respect to weather. And since we've covered it recently, the smoke from the fires, the wildfires that are within the vicinity of Lake Tahoe over the past couple of weeks, we can report that the Caples fire is just about contained. Crews have that under good control now. Very little smoke impacting our air quality up here as a result of that fire. However, as you may have heard, there's actually been a new wildfire that has broken out in Sonoma County. So the beautiful wine countries that are made up by both Napa and Sonoma County. Pretty substantial wildfire burning out there. We absolutely hope that everyone is able to remain safe and get themselves and their pets out of there. If you're under mandatory evacuation, please just don't even mess around with it. Just get going. Come up here and stay with us. We'll find a spot for you, okay? Just get yourself safe and sound. The smoke from that fire has not necessarily impacted the north part of Lake Tahoe yet, which is typically where wildfires that are actually burning in that region, it's usually just a northerly smoke impact that we've had in times past. So chances are we're going to be expecting to see some of that and smell some of that smoke here in the near future up here. And gosh, PG&E, so the Pacific Gas and Electric Utilities Company, headquartered in California, which is certainly the largest utility in the state, has already initiated several power outages. So you may be watching this week's broadcast on an alternative device. You may not be at home right now with any power on. You may be, we're able to get a charge on your tablet or your mobile phone and just catching up with us on the go. Again, we certainly hope that everything passes and transitions smoothly for you with the most recent round of these rolling blackouts that PG&E is conducting. And you look at this Sonoma County thing, all of it's said to be done in the name of safety and preventing these types of wildfires. So we'll see how that works out, guys. Bear with us, and we certainly hope that it's not too challenging for you to get through over the next several weeks with this. So moving on to traffic. If you did want to find your way up here to Lake Tahoe, I can actually report finally coming up from Interstate 80. If you're traveling toward the north part of the lake, you should have relatively clear and smooth traffic flowing to get you into Lake Tahoe this weekend and for the foreseeable 5, 7, 8, 9 days. Nothing major on the books with Caltrans and the respective construction companies, really between, say, about Vacaville all the way up to Highway 89 or even the 267 if you were to follow it all the way up to Truckee. So should be good to go. Relatively clear traffic patterns as far as any delays due to construction. We can finally report, my goodness, since we've been talking about it, seems like forever, Highway 431 around the Incline Village area, they finally have finished that guardrail project. Can you believe it? So on the I guess, the south side or the east side of Highway 431, intimately known as Mount Rose Highway. They have finally completed up that guardrail. In fact, we've got a pretty cool image of it here. You can see they did some sort of rock facade. Reminds me of that, what is it, the crypto tech camouflage stuff. You can barely even see the walls there, right? In fact, wait a couple of weeks, it'll be under 6.5 feet of snow, and you won't be able to see it at all. So anyway, finally, that's all good. In fact, smooth travel all the way down the backside of Mount Rose Highway into Reno. They have, in fact, completed up the patchwork road construction there. NDOT and all of their friends have cleared the way for us. Down on the south part of Lake Tahoe, we had reported that there was still a little bit of paving and sort of road smoothing and road closures going on down to one lanes at times, kind of just about at the location that we reported from just about a month ago, in front of where the new Whole Foods market is due to open next month, in fact. So if you're down on South Shore and looking for some pretty cool place to grab organic veggies and stuff, we'll let you know as soon as they cut the ribbon there officially. But basically right there in front of Trout Boulevard, almost all the way to Heavenly Village, you've had some gnarly traffic slowdowns, particularly during commute hours. So if you can even constitute our traffic patterns around this lake as commute hours, coming from a guy that used to commute through the Silicon Valley, it's not so bad, guys. I'm just letting you know. I still have bruises on my forehead from banging my head on the steering wheel sometimes. Highway 680, not my friend. I digress. On to the real estate market update, powered, of course, by RE/MAX North Lake. So we went ahead and took a snapshot of what's occurred over the past 30-day clip here around the lake. And essentially, we can report that there have been 39 real estate sales transactions that have concluded in the past running 30 days. So check it out. Here's your market mix. You've had 18 condominiums, 1 vacant lot, and 20 single-family residences, one of which was considered exclusively an investment property. Don't want to digress and dig too far into the details, but basically 20 houses proper, 18 condos, and 1 patch of vacant land, hopefully to be built on in someday in the near future. So 39 total parcels have been exchanged in the past 30 days, amounting to a staggering $49,500,000 in real estate transfers, let's call them, in the past 30 days alone. Now that is actually a pretty healthy economy and a healthy real estate market up here as far as things transactionally related with not only the stick count but also the dollar amount of the exchange. We're certainly up from this time last year, although I don't count your blessings whether you were planning to dust off your ski and snowboard equipment out of storage early this year, or if you're happy to have a little bit of a later start to our winter than we had last year. Nonetheless, it has been beneficial for those looking to pick up a new home or new second home or third or fourth home or whatever kind of home you'd like to call your own here around Lake Tahoe. And this, by the way, this is just the Incline Village, so the northeast corner of this beautiful body of water behind me. So, by the way, isn't that pretty? I mean, I hate to pat my own back because it's your anchor that actually took that photo this week, but that is such a pretty place to be. It's our little slice of heaven up here. So again, we invite you to come on up. If you already own a home here or you're here locally and watching this crazy guy give you this feed, 1, thanks for tuning in, and 2, if you know of somebody who's looking to find a place up here and call it home, you can reach out to your friend in Tahoe anytime. I mention that every week because I mean it. You've got a friend up here, and it just turns out I happen to have quite a few dozen resources to help you answer any question you might have real estate related. So please do use that, all of that social stuff, that email stuff. I'm always up 24/7. We never close. Just shoot me off an email or a IM or DM online, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you've got. So that wraps up our real estate market update powered by RE/MAX North Lake. On to the fun stuff. Speaking of cool things to do once you do get your place up here around the lake, it's almost Halloween. I mean, it's like a couple days away, right? Less than a week out. So we're going to start with Pet Network's, what is it? House of Horrors. I always want to call it the Haunted House of... It's just the House of Horrors. And you can see them up here. You could go to the petnetwork.org and learn a little bit more about this event, or you could just tune in for the next 8.5 seconds, and I'll give you the download right now. basically, I happen to have gotten a really cool sneak preview of what's in store for us this year. This year is going to be absolutely incredible. If you're in Incline Village, you're looking for something cool to do on Halloween, or actually technically tonight and tomorrow. It's a 2-day event. It's the House of Horrors at our own pet network. If you know much about this organization and their really, really cool causes and their awesome, friendly, super cool staff, you probably want to swing by, even if you're not in costume, even if you just don't want to go get freaked out, because again, I've seen some previews of what's in store for tonight and tomorrow. It's they've outdone themselves this year. It's going to be quite incredible. So if you're at all intrigued, go check them out, say hi, adopt a pet while you're there. You know you need another dog or cat in your house, don't you? There's probably like a ferret or two running around this place. They have the coolest stuff, I'm telling you. Wave hi to Dr. Kim Barnes on the way in. Last year, let's just say she's a participant in this event typically, and if you don't know Dr. Barnes, not only is she a rad veterinarian for your furry friend, but she's just pretty darn cool all around, and will be part of this event as always too. So check that out. South Shore, we reported about 3 weeks back that the 10th annual South Lake Tahoe Food and Wine Festival is occurring. It's actually starting tonight and will also run through the weekend. This is the one, if you remember I told you, it's such a large swath. The venues actually stretch all the way from Harvey's all the way to Harrah's, and man, it's just like that whole area in between. It's going to be an amazing event. I would say if you're on the south part of the lake, or you wanted to do something cool up here tonight, like the House of Horrors and the next topic we'll cover, and then shoot down there tomorrow. That's what's cool about Lake Tahoe, guys. I mean, we're talking about like a 30, maybe 35-minute drive with, I mean, that's your scenery. Hello, that's what you're looking at. Do both, do them all. You got time. It's that time of year to just be festive and enjoy it. So the South Lake Tahoe Food and Wine Festival, gonna be an amazing event for sure. It never fails, 10th annual, so they've got their stuff really, really well in order this year to knock it out of the park. And then finally, we talked about it a little bit last week, but I wanted to remind you again, you can go here to the battlebornbeerfest.com, battlebornbeerfest.com. I'm just say it fast with me. It's like the funnest thing. If you can do it without stumbling, send me like a IM or something, and I'll give you a virtual high five. It's not the easiest thing to do, battlebornbeerfest.com. I digress. Anyway, hit that website up. You'll see this killer little logo right here. You still have time. Event starts tonight at the Chateau, but tickets are $50 online. If you don't have time to go make it happen over the interweb before tonight, you can still pick up your ticket at the door. It's just $10 higher. It's $60 at the door, whereas it's $50 here online. Sponsored by, or I guess produced by, really it's the Rotary Club of Tahoe Incline. It's sponsored in part by Remax Northlake, and it's gonna be a killer event. We're gonna see if we can get some photos and videos snuck out of there. If anyone makes it out alive with camera footage this year, it's a little bit of a raucous event in there, I'm going to be honest. I mean, Incliners know how to party, and we're so fortunate. We have people come from literally all over, all around the lake, and even up from the Bay Area, and from Utah, and from Arizona, just for this event, you guys. It's going to be awesome. So, battlebornbeerfest.com, check it out, and yeah, that's it. I'm going to let you go get ready. You can put on your Halloween costume and go check out House of Horrors, and then you can throw on your cowboy hat. Maybe, listen, I'm going to put it out there. Maybe you go this year to Halloween as like a cowgirl or a cowboy, and then you can just basically bounce from event to event tonight. I mean, how easy is that? I'm helping you plan your weekend. That's what I do here. I would be greatly honored to work with anyone you know who even whispers the word Lake Tahoe, because you've got a friend up here. This is no joke. All this stuff right here, I happen to have a plethora of resources to help out anyone, yourself included, or anyone else you know that may want to inquire anything real estate related, anything like Lake Tahoe related. I will be happy to reply to your emails. You can also send me an email for future show content requests. We're kind of nimble and on the fly here. Very often we'll get ideas from yourselves and other viewers that say, hey, it would be pretty rad if you covered this weekend, or I've been curious about this thing, and then we air that content the very next week. So continue to send in your photos, your videos, your cool stuff. Tag us, let us know what's up, what you're up to this weekend and next. Love to see some cool Halloween costumes. So by all means, share and share alike. And in the meantime, we'll let you get on to your weekend. Really appreciate you joining us today at TGI Feed from North Lake Tahoe. Have a great weekend. Happy Halloween.